Have you ever wondered how much your life is worth? The author of this manga has, and he answered this question in a terrible, simple way. I sold my life for 10,000 yen a year. It's an adaptation of Sugaro Miyaka's light novel 3 Days of Happiness. But I will tell you about the manga because I'm not crazy enough to imagine all the characters in the novel in my head. Although, give me a couple of years. It all starts with poverty. Kusunoki is not a hero, he is just starving, poor, alone, no goals, no plans, not even the fear of death, only the fear of dying of hunger. He sells the last of his belongings, books, CDs, memories, and then he learns of a company where he can sell not his labor, not his organs, but his life itself, the years that remain. Estimate 30,000 yen, 10,000 per year, $200 for his entire future. He agrees without emotion, as if selling an old chair. And so after selling his life seems to be getting better. Miyagi appears next to him, beautiful, silent. According to the contract, she is only an observer, but for Kusunoki this is the first person who is just next to him. He writes a wish list. There is no save the world or get rich, only eat something delicious, see the sunset, and another default things. He wants to prove to himself he is not emptiness, he can still be loved. Before he dies, he doesn't want to do much. He remembers his childhood, a friend, and a promise. If we don't find anyone by the age of 20s, we'll be together. This memory is the only thing that kept him alive. He thinks that his childhood friend is his salvation, but everything turns out to be more complicated. Now that there are 3 months left, for the first time he is afraid not of death or a meaningless existence, but of not having time to confess his feelings. Because happiness is not in number of years, but in the depth of the moment, in hugging someone simply because you can't, and helping without a reason. The main character had hobby, but because of the fear that no one would accept his hobby, he stopped doing what made him alive. Kusunoki felt like a lonely soul. He used to have his own hobby and interests. He loved to draw and was even good at it. But after he faced reality and the fact that no one supported the illusion of the importance of his hobby, he stopped believing in himself. This manga is not about death, it's a survival guide for those who feel empty inside. Even 3 days can change everything. Even 3 days is life, your life. He changed it not because time was running out, but because she came into his life, the one who saw him for who he really was. The problem is that not everyone will find their Miyagi, but if you met someone who said you're important, hold on, don't let go. The ending of the story is quiet, like forgiveness. After all, you don't want to talk after ending, but just sit down and think. Am I even living, or I'm just wasting my time and potential? Life is not always bright, sometimes it is like a cloudy morning, but even then, you deserve to live just because you exist. And maybe one day, someone will say, you're my happiness, and accept you and help you become better. A little afterwards, after the video, I accidentally found out about this manga when I was watching the recommended manga in the app. I didn't even watch any videos about this manga before reading it. Not even the Yuguk video. I took ideas for the script from a Reddit post and other videos. I put a link in the description on this post if I found out this post. I tried to reassemble them into something of my own. It didn't take very long, of course, and there may be some extra quotes from other videos, but I didn't want that. Probably my brain just took and wrote what I had already heard into the script of this video. I've read the manga twice, and on the second try, the manga opened up much better for me because I didn't read it before going to bed in a slightly unconscious state of the brain. Just a few more words. Few people check up to this point. If you want to support the channel, there are links in the description. Different ways ways, different ups and sides and so on. But I would be very happy even if someone subscribed to me. It'd be really nice. I appreciate it. I think not a lot people watch to this moment, but it's kinda cool if someone watched to the end.